Australia has always been known as a land of extremes, but in the final days of 2019, nature revealed a scale of destruction rarely seen before. From space satellites captured a smoke plume stretching thousands of kilometres across the Pacific Ocean, a scar on the atmosphere that told the story of a continent in crisis. What caused this? How could fire grow so immense that its presence was felt across entire oceans? Today, let's retrace those fateful days from December 30th to January 3rd and uncover how record-breaking heat, severe drought and unrelenting winds turned Australia into the site of one of the most catastrophic wildfire events in recorded history. Together, we'll see how these fires spread, what impact they had on millions of people, and the strange, almost alien weather systems they produced high in the skies. Australia's climate is naturally hot and dry. Much of the land is desert, and even the more temperate eastern regions rely on mountain-driven rainfall to stay green. But in late 2019, conditions were anything but normal. Months of severe drought stripped away that protection. Even vegetation in wetter regions became brittle fuel, waiting for a spark. By November, catastrophic fire warnings stretched across 7 regions, including Greater Sydney. Fires had already burned more land than the Californian and Amazonian wildfires combined. To put that into perspective, imagine 2 of the world's most infamous fire disasters happening at once, yet still being overshadowed by what was unfolding in Australia. Then came late December. Average temperatures across the continent soared above 41 degrees Celsius, breaking national records. Under such extreme conditions, fire doesn't need much encouragement. It can ignite naturally, and once it begins, it spreads with frightening speed. On December 30th, the first brown plumes of smoke appeared in satellite images, clearly distinct from the fluffy white water vapour clouds beside them. By nightfall, the flames had already expanded. Entire communities were cut off, forcing the military to intervene and evacuate stranded civilians. By the morning of December 31st, the fires were raging and the smoke trail had grown enormous. Stretching across the Pacific for over 1,000 kilometres, it was visible from orbit, like a continent-sized scar. The turning of the year brought no relief. On January 1st, the winds shifted. The smoke now travelled eastward, blanketing New Zealand. Imagine stepping outside to find daylight dimmed to an eerie orange haze. Sydney too was shrouded in smoke, its skyline barely visible. For its residents, the consequences were dire, the worst air quality of any city on Earth at that time. Breathing became hazardous. For many, even staying indoors could not fully shield them. By January 2nd and 3rd, the firestorm continued. What is remarkable is that smoke from the very first day was still suspended, high in the atmosphere, carried thousands of kilometres away, even as torrential rains eventually arrived to suppress some of the flames. The fires had already left an indelible mark on the land, the people, and the atmosphere itself. Never before had Australia witnessed wildfire on such a scale. By the end of this season, over 10.7 million hectares of land had burned. That's larger than the entire country of Iceland. The devastation was more than a national disaster. It was global. Smoke circled the southern hemisphere. Air quality plummeted in cities thousands of kilometres away. For Sydney, the memory of weeks spent in choking haze became a lasting scar. And yet what makes this event particularly striking is not only the human or political toll, but the extraordinary weather phenomena that emerged from the fires themselves. Because when fire grows this vast, it doesn't just destroy forests, it reshapes the very skies above them. We're used to seeing thunderstorms formed from towering cumulonimbus clouds, giant columns of water vapour that rise cool and unleash rain. But these fires created something altogether different: pyrocumulonimbus clouds. Instead of water, these storm clouds were made from smoke and ash. They billowed into the stratosphere, generating their own thunder and lightning. Imagine watching storm clouds crackle with energy, not from moisture, but from burning forests. They looked apocalyptic, as if the atmosphere itself had caught fire. Fire tornadoes also appeared. These swirling columns of flame and heat formed where air rose rapidly from the inferno below. They were as mesmerizing as they were terrifying, twisting like fiery whirlwinds over scorched earth. NASA satellites also revealed something invisible, but just as dangerous: carbon monoxide released in enormous quantities. Normally trapped within forests acting as carbon sinks, this toxic gas now escaped freely into the atmosphere. Carbon monoxide is deadly to humans and animals alike. Even far beyond the fire zones, the chemical fingerprint of this event was unmistakable. In essence, the fires didn't just destroy land, they engineered their own weather, sending shockwaves through both Earth's ecosystems and atmosphere. Wildfires are a natural part of Australia's environment. They've shaped the continent for millennia, but none in modern history compare to the scale of what we've just witnessed. Events like this remind us of the fragile balance between climate and life. We often look to the cosmos for extremes: black holes, supernova, distant storms on alien worlds. But sometimes Earth itself produces events every bit as powerful and humbling. So let's ask, what do fires of this magnitude mean for our future? And have you ever experienced the reality of wildfire yourself? Thanks for joining us on this journey through one of Earth's most extraordinary natural disasters. Special thanks to the creators who processed the satellite images that made this story possible, and to those who continue to study these events so we may better understand them. If you enjoyed this exploration, consider subscribing to Cosmic Compass for more stories about our planet and the wider universe. Check out our playlist for related videos, and until next time, stay curious and keep looking to the skies.